So we talked all night about the rest of our lives, where we're gonna be when we turn 25. I keep thinking times will never change. Keep on thinking things will always be the same. But when we leave this year, we won't be coming back. No more hanging out, cause we're all on a different track. And if you got something that you need to say, you better say it right now, cause you don't have another day. Cause we're moving on and we can't slow down. These memories are playing like a film without sound. And I keep thinking of the night in June. I didn't know much of love, but it came too soon. And it was me and you, and then we got real blue. Stay at home talking on the telephone, and we would get so excited and we'd get so scared, laughing at ourselves, thinking life's not fair. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. So if we get the big jobs and we make the big money, when we look back now, will our jokes still be funny? Will we still remember everything we learned in school? Still be trying to break every single rule? Will little brainy Bobby be the stockbroker man? Can he ever find a job that won't interfere with the tan? I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. Keep on thinking it's our time to fly. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. Friends forever. Will we think about tomorrow like we think about now? Can we survive it out there? Can we make it somehow? I guess I thought that this would never end, and suddenly it's like we're women and men. Will the past be a shadow that will follow us round? Will these memories fade when I leave this town? I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. I keep on thinking it's our time to fly. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever.
I got a piece of land out in the countryside. Lay back and smell the sun, warm up the Georgia pie. Feels so good to be taking it easy. Why would I ever leave? 'Cause I know I got some good friends that live down the street. Got a good looking woman with her arms around me. Live in a small town where it feels like home. I got everything I need and nothing that I don't. Oh no, oh no. We got a fire go down by the riverside. Sip whiskey out the bottle, living like we'll never die. Come on and stay a while if you don't believe me. Why would I ever leave? 'Cause I know I got some good friends that live down the street. Got a good looking woman with her arms around me. Here in a small town where it feels like home. I got everything I need and nothing that I don't. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I got some good friends that live down the street. Got a good looking woman with her arms around me. Here in a small town where it feels like home. I got everything I need and nothing that I don't. Everything I need and nothing that I don't. It's the way that you carry from the things you think you want. It's the way that you carry from the things you think you wear. It's you that carry on. It's the way that you carry from the things you think you want. I got everything I need, nothing that I don't. Everything I need, nothing that I don't. Everything I need, nothing that I don't. Oh, everything I need and nothing that I don't.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. I hope you never look back, but you never forget all the ones who loved you in the place you left. I hope you always forgive and you never regret, and you help somebody every chance you get. Oh, you find God's grace in every mistake, and always give more than you take. But more than anything, yeah, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants to say thanks to. Yeah, this is my wish. My wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants to say thanks to. Yeah, this is my wish. This is my wish. I hope you know somebody loves you. May all your dreams stay big.
Years old, couple cane poles sitting down by the creek. Lines in the water, watching those bobbers, seeing that red sun sink. Mama's on the porch yelling supper's hot. Y'all come and get it. We yelled 5 more minutes. At 16, it was 12:03, standing at her front door. Katie's dad said midnight, but we needed just a little more. Yellow light flipping on and off, interrupting that good night kissing. We wanted 5 more minutes. Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it and give myself 5 more minutes. At 18, turned my helmet in, walked to the 50-yard line. Just the coach and me after we lost 8-10-9. And I cried, man, next time to get in here, I'll have to buy a ticket. Can't you give me 5 more minutes? Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it. Give myself 5 more minutes. In 86, my grandpa said, there's angels in the room. All the family gathered round, knew the time was coming soon. With so much left to say, I prayed, Lord, I ain't finished, just give us 5 more minutes. Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it. Yeah, sometimes this old life will leave you wishing that you had 5 more minutes. Five more minutes.
Hello, hello, hello.
Waking up at the start of the end of the world, but it's feeling just like every other morning before. Now I wonder what my life is gonna mean if it's gone. The cars are moving like a half a mile an hour, and I started staring at the passengers and waving goodbye. Can you tell me what was ever really special about me all this time? But I believe the world is burning to the ground. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. Well, I believe it all is coming to an end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna pretend. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. We could turn 10 o'clock, but I don't really know. And I can't remember caring for an hour or so. Started crying and I couldn't stop myself. I started running, but there's nowhere to run to. I sat down on the street, took a look at myself. Say, where you going, man? You know the world is headed for hell. Say your goodbyes if you got someone you can say goodbye to. I believe the world is burning to the ground. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we've come right now. Let's see how far we've come. And I believe it all is coming to an end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna pretend. Let's see how far we've come. Oh, yeah. Let's see how far we've come. It's gone, baby, it's all gone. There's no one in the corner and there's no one at home. Well, it was cool, it was just all cool. Now it's over for me and it's over for you. Well, it's gone, baby, it's all gone. There's no one on the corner and there's no one at home. Well, it was cool, it was just all cool. Now it's over for me and it's over for you. I believe the world is burning to the ground. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. Well, I believe it all is coming to an end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna pretend. Let's see how far we've come. Oh yeah, let's see how far we've come. 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 Let's see how far we've come.
Smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover. Don't pop like trouble, breaking into your heart like that. Cool shade stunner, yeah, owe it all to my mother. Hot like summer, yeah, I'm making you sweat like that. Break it down. Ooh, when I look in the mirror, I'm not too hard to do. I got the superstar glow, so ooh, do the boogie. A side step right left to my beat. I like the moon, rock with me, baby. Know that I got that heat. Let me show you, cause clock is shit. Side step right left to my beat. Get it, let it roll. Smooth like butter, pour you in like no other. Don't need no usher to remind me you got it bad. Ain't no other that could sweep you up like a rubber. Straight up, I gotcha, making you fall like that. Break it down. Ooh, when I look in the mirror, I'm what your heart into do. I got the superstar glow, so ooh, to the boogie line. Side step right left to my beat. I like the moon, rock with me, baby. Know that I got that heat. Let me show you, cause talk is shit. A side step right left to my beat. Get it, let it roll. Get it, let it roll. Get it, let it roll. Eyes on my wrist, I'm the nice guy. Got the right body and the right mind. Rolling up the party, got the right vibes. Move like haters.
Fresh boy, pull up and we lay low. All the players get moving with the bass low. Got army right behind us when we say so. Let's go!
Side step right left to my beat. Right left to my beat. I like the moon, rock with me, baby. Know that I got that heat. Let me show you, cause talk is shit. Side step right left to my beat. Get it, let it roll.
Cool light, cool shade, and you know we don't stop. Highlight, ain't no, you be like, oh my god. We gon' make it rock in his head. We gon' make it bounce in his head. Hotter, sweeter, cooler, butter.
Get it, let it roll. Cause I'm in the stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll. Kick out, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top of the brown. Ding dong, call me on my phone, nice tea and I'll get my ping pong.
This is getting heavy, can't hit the baseball, I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey, yeah, this beat treated like money.
This go all alone, I'm into that, I'm good to go, I'm diamond, you know I glow up.
Hey, so let's go.
Cause I'm in the stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Hey, shining through the city with a little funky song. So I'ma light it up like dynamite.
Whoa, bring a friend, join the crowd. Whoever wanna come along. Word up, talk, just move right up the wall. They're like, sky's the light, so we dance to the breakdown. Ladies and gentlemen, I got the medicine, so you should keep your eyes on the ball.
This is getting heavy, can you hear the bass? Boom, I'm ready. Life is chillin', honey, yeah, this bitch chillin' like money. And this go all alone, I'm into that, I'm good to go, I'm down, you know I glow.
And let's go!
Cause I'm in the stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Hey, shining through the city with a little funky song. So I'ma light it up like dynamite. Whoa, life is dynamite. Shining through the city with a little funk and soul. So light it up like dynamite. Whoa. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, eh. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, eh. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, eh. Light it up, dynamite. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, eh. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, eh. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, eh. Light it up, dynamite. 'Cause I'm in stars tonight. So to me, bring the fire, set the night alight. Shining through the city with the
Can you give it back to me? She said never in your wildest dreams.
And we danced all night to the best song ever. We knew every line. Now I can't remember how it goes, but I know that I won't forget her. 'Cause we danced all night to the best song ever. I think you went oh, oh, oh. I think you went yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you go.
Said her name was Georgia Rose, and her daddy was
want with me. She said never in your wildest dreams. And we danced all night to the best song ever. We knew every line. Now I can't remember how it goes, but I know that I won't forget her. 'Cause we danced all night to the best song ever. I think it went oh, oh, oh. I think it went yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it goes You know, I know, you know, I'll remember you. And I know, you know, I know you'll remember me. And you know, I know, you know, I remember you. And I know, you know, I hope you remember how we danced. How we danced. 1, 2, 3. How we danced all night to the best song ever. We knew every line. Now I can't remember how it goes, but I know that I won't forget her. 'Cause we danced all night to the best song ever. We danced all night to the best song ever. We knew every line. Now I can't remember how it goes, but I know that I won't forget her. 'Cause we danced all night to the best song ever. It was your best song ever. It was your best song ever. It was your best song ever. Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, you're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. Hey, the only way you can know, you give it all you had. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. Hope when the moment comes, you'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. Hope that you spend your days, but they all add up. And when that sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. Oh, I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. I swear I lived. Every broken bone, I swear I did it all.
could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. There was every broken bone. I swear I live. I swear I live.
Cause I'm in the stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll. Kink out, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top of the brown. Ding dong, call me on my phone, nice tea and I'll get my ping pong. This is getting heavy, can't hear the bass, boom, I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey, yeah, this beat chain like money. This go overload, I'm into that, I'm good to go, I'm diamond, you know I glow. Hey, so let's go. Cause I'm in the stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Hey, shining through the city with a little funky soul. So I'ma light it up like dynamite.
Whoa, whoa. Bring a friend, join the crowd. Whoever wanna come along. Word up, talk, just move right up the wall. Day or night, sky's the light, so we dance to the breakdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got the license, so you should keep your eyes on the ball.
This is getting heavy, can you hear the bass? Boom, I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey, yeah, this beat chain like money.
And this go overload, I'm into that, I'm good to go, I'm down, you know I glow.
And let's go.
Cause I'm in the stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light.
Hey,
Shining through the city with a little funky soul. So I'ma light it up like dynamite.
whoa, whoa.
Na, 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 na,
Life is dynamite. Shining through the city with a little fucking soul. So light it up like dynamite. Whoa. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Light it up, dynamite. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. 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 Light it up, dynamite. 'Cause I'm in stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night alight. Shining through the city with a little fucking soul. So light it up like dynamite. This is so watch me bring the fire, set the night alight. Shining through the city with a little fucking soul. So light it up like dynamite. Take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got. Not much of a girlfriend. I never seem to get a lot.
It's been some time since we last spoke. This is gonna sound like a bad joke, but mama, I fell in love again. It's safe to say I have a new girlfriend. And I know it sounds so old, but Cupid got me in a chokehold. And I'm afraid I might give in. Towels on the mat, my white flag is waving. I mean, she even cooks me pancakes and Alka-Seltzer when my tummy aches. If that ain't love, then I don't know what love is. We even got a secret handshake, and she loves the music that my band makes. I know I'm young, but if I had to choose her or the sun, I'd be one nocturnal son of a gun.
She's the only one not much of a girlfriend. I never seem to get a lot. Take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got. Not much of a girlfriend. I never seem to get a lot.
It's been a while since we talked last, and I'm trying hard not to talk fast. But Dad, I'm finally thinking I may have found the one type of girl that'll make you way proud of your son. And I know you heard the last song about the girls that didn't last long, but I promise this is on a whole new plane. I can tell by the way she says my name. I love it when she calls my phone. She even got a very own ringtone. If that ain't love, then I don't know what love is. It's gonna be a long drive home, but I know as soon as I arrive home, then I open the door, take off my coat and throw my bag on the floor. She'll be back into my arms once more for sure, like
Take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got. Not much of a girlfriend. I never seem to get a lot. Take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got. Not much of a girlfriend. I never seem to get a lot.
she's got a smile that'll make the most senile, annoying old man bite his tongue. I'm not done. She's got eyes comparable to sunrise, and it doesn't stop there. Man, I swear. She's got porcelain skin, of course she's a 10, and now she's even got her own song. She's got the cutest laugh I ever heard, and we can be on the phone for 3 hours. And I would still cherish every moment. And when I start to build my future, she's the main component. Call it love, call it love, or whatever you call it. But everywhere I go, I keep a picture in my wallet like.
Take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got. Not much of a girlfriend. I never seem to get a lot.
She walked away through a cheap pack of cigarettes, hard liquor mixed with a bit of intellect, and all the boys they were saying they were into it. Such a pretty face on a pretty neck, she's driving me crazy, but I'm into it.
이따 거기서 보는 거 맞지? 시간대 맞춰 늦으면 반칙 시계만 자꾸 보는 걸 나는 이미 교복치마 대신 제육복 바지 복도 끝까지 달려갈 준비 마지막 총소리가 울리면 벌써 저기 오렌 짙빛 하늘이 짙어지는 걸 어서 머뭇거리다가 금세 어두워질걸 우리 스케이트보드 위로 가져오지 말니 끝까지 I'm so good with you 가려게 참 두 눈을 맞추고 뒷머리 날리고 Ready, set, go, flip 자유로운 기분인걸 Yo, yo, yo 지그재그 춤을 춰 Yo, 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 yo Yeah, 속도를 올려봐 휘청거리다가 넘어져서 올려다본 하늘은 Wow 다운로드 폰 게임보다 짜릿한 이 노래 같이 만든 우리 플레이리스트 좀 더 크게 틀어줘 지금 이 순간은 돌아오지 않아 여기 눈부시게 반짝이는 걸 모두 담았어 전부 다 찍었어 앨범 가득한 비디오 어디로 될지 모를걸 우린 코드가 딱 맞았지만 난 날부터 You know 말을 안 해도 늘 마음이 잘 통하는 걸 우리 스케이트보드 위로 나같이 춤을 추듯 발을 굴러 바람 그 사이를 가로질러 여기저기 멀리 가져오지 말니 손끝까지 I'm so good with you 따라오게 참 두 눈을 맞추고 뒷머리 날리고 Ready, set, go, flip 자유로워 이대로 멈추지 마 저 끝까지 훌쩍 날아가 우린 이제 이곳을 벗어날 거야 그때 마주친 그 표정을 잊을 수 없었지 우린 서로 스며들어 친구보다 또 다른 아이인 것 같아 일렁이는 맘을 타고나 Singing 우리 스케이트보드 위로 마치 춤을 추듯 발을 굴러 바람 그 사이를 가로질러 여기저기 멀리 가져와줘 멀리 손끝까지 I'm so good with you 따라와 참 두 눈을 맞추고 뒷머리 날리고 Ready, set, go, flip 자유로워 이대로 카메라 보면 인사를 해줘 지금 그 표정 각도가 예뻐 Freak on the video 지금 이 순간을 자유로운 기분인걸 알람이 울려든 ring 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 서로의 눈길이 닿을 때마다 알면서 빙빙 도는데 점점 다가갔잖아 I know it's too late 난 속으로 나 다 알고 있잖아 결국에는 손을 넘게 될 거라는 걸 I'm warning to myself 그러면 안 돼 매번 맺혀 내 맘이 내 맘을 추월해 out of control 하늘을 감시하는 저 spotlight 비칠수록 어둠 속으로 빨려들어 끝이 보이는데 I know it's not right I can't stop me, can't stop me no 내 옆에 놓여진 이 red line 건너편은 너와 난 이미 눈에 맞춰 느끼고 싶은 짜릿한 highlight I can't stop me, can't stop me I can't stop me, can't stop me 눈 감았다고 딱 한 번만 no rules. 머리 잡기 전 lights off tonight. 너 참을 수 없을 것 같아 losing myself. Yeah, yeah. 이제는 turning back. 불가능해 난 점점 더 깊은 너 눈에. 모두 짜릿해. 난 눈을 감을래. 다시는 돌아갈 수 없을 것만 같아. Out of control. 나를 없이 하는 just spotlight. 비출수록 어둠 속으로 빨려들어. 같이 보이는데 I know it's not right. I can't stop me, can't stop me. 내 앞에 놓여진 이 red light. 건너편에도 원한 예쁜 너를 맞춰. 느끼고 싶어 짜릿한 highlight. Can't stop me, can't stop me. Risky, wiki, this is an emergency. Happy, somebody stop me cause I know I can't stop me. 답은 알고 있잖아. 근데 가고 있잖아. 이러고 싶지 않아. 내 안에 내가 또 있나봐. 나는 원하는데 원하는 게 안 돼. 끝이 난 싫은데 I can't stop me, can't stop me, can't stop me. 나를 없이 하는 just spotlight. 비칠수록 어둠 속으로 빨려들어. 끝이 보이는데 I know it's not right. I can't stop me, can't stop me. 내 앞에 놓여진 이 red light. 건너편에 너는 이미 눈을 맞춰. 느끼고 싶어 짜릿한 highlight. I can't stop me, can't stop me. I can't stop me, can't stop me.
Deseo lo mejor. Si en mí no encontraste felicidad, tal vez alguien más te la dará. Como la flor, tanto amor me diste tú. Se marchito, me marchó, yo sé perder. Pero, ay, cómo me duele. Ay, cómo me duele. Si vieras cómo duele perder tu amor, con tu adiós te llevas mi corazón. No sé si pueda volver a amar, porque te di todo el amor que pude dar. Como la flor, tanto amor me diste tú. Se marchito, me marchó y yo sé perder. Pero ay, cómo me duele. Ay, cómo me duele. Como la flor, tanto amor me diste tú. Se marchito, me marchó y yo sé perder. Pero ay, cómo me duele. Ay, cómo me duele. Ay, cómo me duele.
billboard, baby, do a leap and make them dance when they come on. Everybody looking for a dance floor to run on.
If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I can take you for a ride. I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life. Glitter in the sky, glitter in my eyes, shining just the way I like. If you're feeling like you need a little bit of company, you met me at the perfect time. You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating.
I'm one of the greatest, ain't no debating on it. I'm still levitated, I'm heavily medicated. Ironic, I gave them love and they end up hating on me. She told me she loved me and she been waiting. Been fighting hard for your love and I'm running thin on my patience. Needing someone to hug, even took it back to the basics. You see what you got me out here doing? Might have threw me off, but can't nobody stop the movement. Let's go. Left foot, right foot, levitating. Pop stars, do a leap with the baby. I had to lace my shoes for all the blessings I was chasing. If I ever slip, I fall into a better situation. So catch up, go put some cheese on it, get out and get your bread up. They always leaving you far, but you run together. Weight of the world on my shoulders, I kept my head up. Now baby, stand up, cause girl, you
want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You can fly away with me tonight. You can fly away with me tonight. Baby, let me take you for a ride. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm levitating. You can fly away with me tonight. You can fly away with me.
Wait for the cue from over there, then we're starting. Okay, here we go. Let's go, percussion, let's go. Dancer and processional. Okay, here we go. Drum roll, hit it hard like Star Spangled Banner. 2, 1, 2, 3.
Would everyone please be seated? Good evening and welcome to the 125th commencement exercises of Nazareth Area High School. I am Megan Conklin, president of the class of 2021. It is my pleasure to introduce the 7 other 2021 senior executives: Vice President Leah Hoff, Secretary Catherine Madsen, Treasurer Kylie Tugin, Liaisons Abigail Dames, Rachel Kint, Adria Ragazzo, and Shannon Seidel. On behalf of the senior executives, we would like to thank everyone who has made this evening possible: our parents and family members, our teachers from over the years, and everyone else who has supported our journey. And now, seniors, guests, school board, and faculty, we hope you enjoy Nazareth Area High School's 2021 commencement ceremony. Thank you.
Please rise for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we marched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, it proved on us that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. At this time, we would like to invite the family of Anthony Urans to the stage. We would like to honor the memory of Andy Urance, who would have graduated with us today had he not been lost too soon in a tragic accident. Andy was a friend to many. He is described as always being genuinely happy, never serious, and ready with a joke to make everyone laugh, although most of his jokes were not school appropriate. Then again, he never was big on school. He would rather be doing things outside or working on an engine of some kind. In fact, this picture of him in suit and tie is the exception. Most often, he would be seen wearing an NRA t-shirt, a blue STP cap, and cowboy boots. One of Andy's favorite spots in Nazareth was the Indian Tower, where he would go with his dog Shadow and leave by doing burnouts with his truck, a blue Chevy 5-speed he loved working on. He also loved hanging out at the Borough Park. His mom recently shared, he practically had oil for blood. He loved working on engines so much. In fact, his goal after high school was to become a diesel mechanic. Although his mom gave him the nickname Mayhem because he caused it everywhere he went, he is also described by his friends Ben and Olivia as perfectly imperfect. He had a fun energy. He sometimes followed directions, but more often than not, he did his own thing. Andy was so loyal and dependable. He always did what he said he would. We could count on him. Today, Andy's classmates and the Nazareth Area School District would like to present this honorary diploma to his family as a tribute to the special person he was.
At this time, I would like the family of Katie Carson please to come up to the stage. It is with a heavy heart that today we bring up Ryan and Teddy Carson to honor the memory of Frau Carson. Frau Carson was a dedicated middle school German teacher. She loved her students. She loved every day being in the building. Katie always had energy to help people out, to be kind and be generous. A few years back, Katie was diagnosed with cancer. Through her journey, she battled it, she won, and then she came back to school. She worked with her students, never taking a break, making it into the building every day, scheduling her treatments on off sessions, and utilizing her time to spend with her students. This year, her cancer returned. sorry. With that, she came back and she worked diligently, working in the office as a technology specialist to still maintain her relationship with the school and assist her students. We lost her way too early. She was a role model for everyone to go through. Her dedication is what we hope that the graduates of this class take forward. It is with an honor that I have an award and privilege to present Ryan with a memorial, which will be placed in our school to last as a lasting memory. Thank you.
At this time, Liam Condon, Allison DeMarco, and Anna Saldano will sing Pop Medley. This piece and performance was arranged by Mr. Rick Kerner.
Usual morning lineup.
Start the chores and sweep till the floors are clean.
Polish and wax, do laundry and mop and shine up.
Sweep again, and by then it's like 7:15.
And so I'll read a book, or maybe 2 or 3.
I'll add a few new paintings to my gallery.
I'll play guitar and knit and cook, and basically
just wondering when will my life begin. Just wondering when will my life begin.
I remember Daddy told me that fairy tales, they come true. You gotta make them happen, it all depends on you. So I work real hard each and every day. Now things for sure are going my way. Just doing what I do. Look out now, I'm coming through, and I'm almost there.
I'm almost there. People down here think I'm crazy, but I don't care. Trials and tribulations, I've had my share. There ain't nothing gonna stop me now, 'cause I'm almost there. And I'm almost there.
All those days chasing down a daydream. All those years living in a blur. All that time never truly seeing things the way they were. And at last I see the light,
and it's like the fog is lifted.
and at last I see the light,
And it's like the sky is new,
and it's warm and real and bright, and the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything is different now that I see you. Now that I see you.
I can lead with pride.
I can make us strong
I'll be satisfied.
if I play along.
But the voice inside
Sings a different song.
What is wrong with me?
See the light as it shines on the sea. It's blinding, and no one knows how deep it goes. And it seems like it's calling out to me. So come find me and let me know what's beyond that line. Will I cross that line? See the light as it shines as the sea. It calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, and they all know how far I'll go. How far I'll go.
It is my pleasure to introduce the first of Nazareth Area High School's class of 2021 graduate speakers. This year's honor graduate is Alexandra Zuluaga. Alexandra will be attending Villanova University as a cognitive and behavioral neuroscience major and a part of the honors program. Alexandra aspires to become a pediatric psychiatrist and help kids work through their mental troubles. Please welcome Alexandra Zuluaga.
Oh, that's loud. In my summer before freshman year, a few weeks before school began, my sister Emily handed me a piece of paper. And on the top it read, "Freshman advice from a senior." I'd spent most of that summer worrying about what changes would come from my transition to high school, whether that would be where to go on the first day or how bad the batteries would hurt at the pep rallies. This piece of paper, however, held 62 different tips from an incoming senior, and I figured it would come in handy, so I saved it. Some tips were helpful, like number 23, "The world will not end if you lose 2 homework points." Some were interesting, like number 56, "There really is a room at Nazareth that's just a ginormous rock." However, the most important tip was the very first one on the list. "They're not lying when they say it flies by. Enjoy it." Here we are now at graduation, almost 4 years later, and I didn't know how true her words would ring. Despite what my sister told me, high school was still very much a waiting game for me. It was always the, "I just have to get through this week" mentality. And I'm sure many of you can relate. Waiting for finals week to be over, waiting for it to be the weekend, waiting for it to be the night of the dance, and of course, waiting to be a senior so you can finally yell, "Go home, freshmen!" That was the one I was looking forward to the most. In ninth grade, there were many moments that I would envy the seniors, especially because my sister was one. They got to make skits for homecoming. They got to sit in the front of the student section at football games and scream at the top of their lungs. They got their own formal in winter, which was apparently the best one yet. And most of all, they didn't have a care in the world. It was their last year, so they made the most of it. This waiting continued throughout my underclassmen years, but by March 2020, I truly wanted to be a senior more than anything. As a junior in tough AP classes, worrying about test-filled weeks, college essays, SAT prep, and everything in between, just walking into school gave me a sinking feeling. People told me junior year is going to be hard, but I was beyond drained. I was fixated on everything laid out ahead, and I just kept telling myself, just get through this week. However, on Friday the 13th, I got the same email everyone else did. We were all to stay in our homes away from school for 2 weeks. And you would think that someone as stressed out about school as I was would be really happy about this, but I remember feeling even more overwhelmed. Everything was up in the air. Is prom still happening? Are the AP exams still going? And of course, the big one, is it all actually coming to an end? Once online school started, I realized that despite the lockdown, time is still passing by, and this made me feel really hopeless for a long time. I wasted much of high school waiting for my senior year, yet here I am spending the end of my junior year in the extra room taking online tests. It was really bad. Nobody knew what next year would be like, and let alone the summer, and I couldn't help but wish things were different. Then I remember my sister's words. They're not lying when they say it flies by. Enjoy it. It was true that there was nothing I could do to change the fact that I wasn't going to have a normal rest of my junior year, and I would very likely have an unconventional senior year. But even though it felt like it, this wouldn't be the end of the world. With that, I thought to myself, who said a closed world had to be a bad world? Between last spring and now, I made myself go on as many adventures as I could, whether at home or safely in public. My friend and I made a road trip out of going to a petting zoo. I stayed in touch with friends due to interacting online. I went to Zoom sleepovers. And even though stadiums are only now opening up, I watched at least 10 online concerts, another one coming up soon. As for senior year, it wasn't what any of us imagined. But I'm happy to say that my last year at Nazareth was a memorable one. The homecoming skits were pretty funny, even if not in person. Football games weren't as loud as usual, but definitely still exciting. As for the formal, I knew in my heart that wouldn't happen. However, prom did, and as the tables emptied up at the end, my friends and I requested all of our favorite songs, and we danced for one last time. The memories I made as a senior were not the ones that I expected, but I know I'll cherish them forever. They say time is money, and it's true. Time is valuable and it should not be wasted. So with all of this being said, I hope my fellow graduates make the most out of every single second of their lives. Don't fret about the future, because the truth is nobody knows what's to come. The only thing you can control is how you find joy in your journey. As I look ahead at the class of 2021, I know you'll all go far, but just remember to stop and look around every once in a while. I wish I'd done that more during high school, but now I'm sure I'll do it for the rest of my life, because my sister was right. They're not lying when they say it flies by. Enjoy it. Thank you.
Next, the Nazareth Area High School 2021 salutatorian is Leah Hoff. Leah will be attending the University of Pennsylvania to major in international relations with a focus in environmental science. Leah aspires to dedicate her career to studying and combating humanitarian crises that occur as a result of global climate change. Please welcome my dear friend, Leah Hoff.
This past fall, I asked 72 kindergartners what they'd like to do, be, or accomplish by this very moment, their high school graduation. Let me just say, these kids have big goals. We have a future unicorn, a powerful female superhero, and my personal favorite, a turtle, with a turtle family and a turtle mobile to drive them all around in. To be honest, I struggled endlessly while preparing this speech for 3 reasons. For starters, I naturally gravitate towards cynicism, and I couldn't imagine that would be particularly inspiring. Plus, I'm only one person with experiences very different from all my fellow graduates, so I couldn't fathom how to possibly represent you all. And finally, I've spent my whole life in K-12 education. I don't know a world that doesn't involve school, so I don't know how to properly reflect on it. Ultimately, my solution was to turn to somebody even less relatable and experienced, though admittedly more optimistic than myself, kindergartners. The thing that struck me most when I conducted this project with those kids was that they clearly have no clue what K-12 education entails. Unfortunately, at some point, poor young Braden is going to have to realize that he cannot be an astronaut scientist by 12th grade. And Megan will need to accept that she cannot be a jack-o'-lantern. I imagine many of us had these types of wildly ambitious goals coming into high school, and we probably have them for our futures too. They're great intentions to have. They keep us reaching and pushing and dreaming. But I don't think anyone will disagree with me when I suggest that for most of us, these idyllic plans won't actually be where we end up. Maybe because our goals evolve, or because we don't have the means or luck to achieve them, or because right now, like those kindergartners, we don't really understand what the next part of our life entails. If we foster only one goal that comes at extreme odds, it's devastating to see it slip away. That's why I think it's so important to supplement our really ambitious plans for the future with smaller ones, like Oliver's. Oliver simply wants to be a good friend by the time he graduates. Unlike with Braden's astronaut scientist goal, Oliver can repeatedly set and achieve his goal every single day, and there's really no metric to determine whether he is a good friend. No, I can't even count the number of times I've had some random conversation with one of you that improved my mood or changed one of my opinions. You probably don't even remember that conversation, but I do, and I was better off for it, and I think that's pretty cool. What if we all gave more thought to the little goals and goals that can improve the world around us, just in one day? Now, I'm not telling anyone to eliminate their huge life plans, but I am suggesting you don't discount the value of your simple, short-term goals. For whomever needs to hear this tonight, doing comparatively small things that make you feel happy or fulfilled is never a waste of your time. It's never frivolous. I've talked a lot about all that we can learn from these kids, but it is important to acknowledge that my peers and I are not kindergartners anymore. We're high school graduates, and as such, we're heading to so many different places in the future. But we still have one final goal left in common. In about an hour, we're all going to walk out of the stadium for the last time. Some of us might intend to beeline out of here because we want to be through with high school. Others might conveniently forget our grad caps on our chairs, so we have an excuse to double back and say goodbye to even more people. Regardless of your specific intentions, though, I'd encourage you to recognize that there is no shame in growing up. I only recently realized we're not worse off for it. True, we're less easily excited, and yes, we use more foul language, and of course, we're infinitely more stressed. But that's okay, because we can also tie our shoes and eat sandwiches that have crusts on them, and we can have thoughtful discussions about passions extending beyond Sesame Street. Whereas our childhood selves once became excited by literally any activity presented to us, we now are interested in fewer things, but we're more knowledgeable and passionate about those select things. We are finding our niches, setting more diverse goals, and that's what makes us distinguishable individuals, and that's incredibly exciting. These last 12 years have undoubtedly been important, but there is so much more left for us in our futures. We have the capacity to accomplish an infinite number of goals. So as we set them, let's be sure to balance the ambitious with the simple ones, and the personal with ones that will benefit our community. And let's be proud, rather than resentful, of how far we've come since kindergarten. Friends, we're growing, our opportunities are growing, our goals are growing, and your impatience is growing. So I'll leave you with this. Congratulations, and sincerely, thank you for everything.
The concert choir will now perform Go the Distance. They will be directed by Liam Condon.
It is my pleasure to introduce the 2021 Nazareth Area High School's valedictorian, Megan Conklin. Megan will continue her education at Pennsylvania State University's Schreyer Honors College. Megan plans on graduating with a bachelor's and master's degree in chemistry in 4 years as a part of an integrated degree program. Megan hopes to attend medical school with career aspirations in neonatology. Please welcome my best friend since preschool, Megan Conklin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to speak to you tonight. I would like to thank our teachers, administrators, families, and friends for their unwavering support and encouragement. They say it takes a village, and I'm grateful you were mine. Recently, while mowing the lawn, I was contemplating what I would say to you tonight. While deep in thought, I half noticed that our newspaper had made its way onto the grass in front of me. But I figured it was fine because, lawnmowers can only really cut grass, right? So I just mowed right over it. Big mistake. As the newspaper confetti spread across our yard, I came to a realization, and that is that I am in no place to give anyone advice. But seriously, I have no golden wisdom for you this evening. I'm 18 and lack experience, perspective, and now a legible copy of last Sunday's paper. Maybe one day, when I'm older and grayer, I'll have some worthy advice of my own. But today is not that day, and this speech is not that speech. Still, there are 2 lessons I've learned from those much wiser than I that I would love to share with you tonight. First is a lesson of tenacity. For the past 4 years, I've had the privilege of playing tennis for Nazareth. I remember one practice, I mishit the tennis ball so bad that it went over the fence, across the parking lot, and nearly made its way to the main office. My tennis coach at the time, Coach Heller, just smiled and said, "With every hit, you get stronger." What I once thought was a simple mantra on the power of repetition, I now understand to be much more. The true lesson is that every mistake makes us a little better. Graduates, as we enter this next stage of our lives, we are bound to encounter countless obstacles and, dare I say, make many missteps. We may realize that we've been following the wrong career path. We may find that we've invested into the wrong relationships, or forces beyond our control may interfere with our plans. Embrace it. Allow every mistake to make you wiser, build your determination, and inspire tenacity. We will all be better for it. The second lesson worth remembering comes from you, class of 2021. I'm not going to ramble on about all the could-have-beens that COVID took from us. We need no reminder because for the past 15 months, we have all lived it. But among the disappointment and heartache, I have been blown away by your persistence. Despite the virtual setting, our Science Olympiad team qualified and competed at states for the first time in over 12 years. Our boys track and field team became EPC champions. Our theater troupe created a wonderful virtual production of The Theory of Relativity, and our art department hosted a beautiful art show this past spring. Our football, girls basketball, wrestling, and competitive cheer teams all became District Olympian champions. Our chorus department put on 1 virtual and 2 live concerts, and our music department put on they put on a virtual concert, 25 Tunes of Christmas, that received an Excellence in Education Award. Nazareth's Future Business Leaders of America chapter had 57 state qualifiers, and 11 of those students will move on to nationals later this month. Our mock trial team placed 2nd in the state out of 232 teams. All of that is incredible. And class, every single one of us has overcome academic and personal challenges of a global pandemic in order to be here, graduating together tonight. We are a living representation of what it means to persist. And that is the lesson of the class of 2021. And the best part is, we aren't nearly finished yet. Congratulations, graduates, and thank you.
Each year, the graduating class recognizes the class which graduated 50 years ago. Tonight, we are not only honoring the class of 1971, but also the class of 1970. Both classes graduated from the current high school building. During their high school career, the LGI was their auditorium. The library we use today, along with its hallway, did not exist, and there were no courtyards in the school, whereas today, we have two. Times have certainly changed. We are a graduating class of approximately 400 students. The high school has doubled in size and may one day expand further as our enrollment increases. But one thing remains timeless: the spirit of Nazareth and the honoring of the blue and white.
Our recognition of the class of 1970 and 1971 involves a piece of Nazareth's history. William Penn's family originally owned the Nazareth region. In 1740, an English evangelist by the name of George Whitefield purchased the 5,000-acre tract of land that encompassed the areas now known as Nazareth Borough, Stockertown Borough, Tatamy Borough, and the townships of Upper Nazareth, Lower Nazareth, and Bushkill. The annual tax on this land was 1 rose, so the region came to be known as the Barony of the Rose. At this time, we will present them with 1 single rose. When your name is called, please stand and your rose will be presented to you. In cases where seniors have a relative or close friend in the class of 1970 or 1971, that senior will present the rose to that alumnus. The music for this ceremony will be performed by Dan Ruggiero.
Barry Bauer, class of 1971, rose presented by his grandson, Braden Flamish.
David Bosich, class of 1971.
Carol Deck, now Carol Keller, class of 1971.
Rebecca Hess, now Rebecca Shepard, class of 1971.
Cheryl Hinkle, class of 1970.
Dennis Huber, class of 1970.
Donald Keller, class of 1971.
Doris Kratzer, now Doris Sagatti, class of 1971.
Rose Mack, now Rose Laredo, class of 1971. Rose presented by piano student Nicholas Bonventure.
Doris Muschlitz, now Doris Shook, class of 1971.
Robert Russ, class of 1971. Rose presented by granddaughter Julianne Thomas.
Edith Seifert, now Edith Pietro, class of 1971, or 70, sorry.
Deborah Stubbich, now Deborah Manuel, class of 1971. Rose presented by granddaughter Olivia Labar.
Stephen Wolf, class of 1970.
And finally, Brenda Lilly, now Brenda Euler, class of 1970. Thank you, graduates of the class of 1970 and the class of 1971, for joining us on this exciting day.
The Nightingales will now perform When You Believe with soloists Allison DeMarco and Taylor DeStefano. They will be accompanied by Mrs. Kelly Rocky.
Many nights we've prayed with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood. We are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is rare, it's hard to kill. Who knows what miracles you can achieve? When you believe, somehow you will. You will when you believe. In this time of year, when we're so often blue, hope seems like the summer burns too swiftly away. Yes, now I'm standing here with heart so full I can't explain, seeking faith and speaking words I never thought I'd say. There can be miracles when you believe. Hope is rare, it's hard to give. There's miracles you can achieve. When you believe, somehow you will. You will when you Shira Adonai Kiroga, Ashira Adonai Kiroga. Mi hamohanei Adonai, mi hamohanei Kodesh Nahita Vechasteham Surata. Nahita Vechasteham Surata. Ashira, Ashira, Ashira. Ashira Adonai Kiroga. Ashira Adonai Kiroga. Mi hamohanei Adonai, mi hamohanei Kodesh Nahita Vechasteham Surata. Nahita Vechasteham Surata. Ashira, Ashira, Ashira. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is rare, it's hard to kill. Those miracles you can achieve. When you believe, somehow you will. Now you will. You will when you believe. You will when you
It is my pleasure to introduce the superintendent, Dr. Dennis Riker, who will give his remarks to the class of 2021.
Thank you, Rachel. You know, before I give you my speech, we are truly blessed to be a music community here in Nazareth. And every year, I always like to take a moment to thank our musicians and their teachers and Mr. Davis for including music in our graduation tonight. So please join me in thanking and congratulating all of our performers. Amazing job, amazing job. My administrative team often hears me say that the true test of one's character is not when things are going well, but when, and I'll change the words a little bit, things are not going too well. There are certain individuals that rise above that and demonstrate true character, commitment, and dedication. They become our heroes. And I would like my heroes to stand tonight, all of the faculty and administration that are with us tonight. My heroes, please stand and join me in congratulating them and thanking them. Please stand, you deserve it. None of this could be possible this evening without the support of the school board, and we have several school board members with us here. We have Dr. Stubitz, school board president. Please stand, Dr. Stubitz. We have Greg Lay here with us. We have Jody Mamana here with us. We have Melissa Kalinowski here with us. And we have former school board member Lauren Bradley here with us this evening. Thank all of you for everything you do for the district. And finally, none of this would have happened without the vision of one man, who his vision was taken by many others in the district, and that is the reason we are here tonight, and that's Mr. Alan Davis. Stand up, Mr. Davis. Thank you for everything. Well, Megan, Mr. Davis and I were talking. You stole a whole bunch of stuff in our speeches, so I'll be a little brief this evening. This evening, we're here to celebrate the culmination of two events. First, without a doubt, the most challenging year any of us faced in education. This evening, we bring closure to a very unique year and look forward to a beautiful future for all individuals. Second, we are here to celebrate the commencement of the Nazareth Area School District class of 2021. Through their years at Nazareth, the class of 2021 stood out in so many ways. Superior academic success, impressive AP scholars, and 100 honor graduates. Exceptional performances in music and theater, letting nothing stand in their way. Vocational achievement, strongly preparing our students to meet any of the future goals they have set for themselves. An athletic competition to outperform our opponents with victories and pride. The class of 2021 is a force filled with positivity, pride, and success. Everyone here this evening should be proud and appreciative of how they have served the district and their community. Graduates, think back to your first day of school. Do you remember the look on your parents' face as they let go of your hand to walk into Bushkill, Lower Nazareth, or Schaefer? They were letting their babies go into the hands of others. Not an easy task for a parent to do. On the outside, they were excited and happy. The first day of school. On the inside, they held back the tears. Well, most of you did. This evening is a night of celebration. However, I am positive your parents are feeling some of the same emotions they felt letting you go for the first day of school. You are much older, you are much wiser, you are much more prepared for what lies ahead of you. But your future is filled with even greater challenges. I, as your superintendent, believe in each and every one of you. I have watched you grow, mature, learn, experience successes, and overcome challenges. Your teachers and families have prepared you very well. Very soon, you will exit the stadium a different person. No longer a Nazareth Area School District student, but a Nazareth Area School District alumni. Just like the individuals that are here with us from the class of 1970 and 1971, you will prevail. You will laugh, you will love, you will experience successes, you will fall and scrape your knees and recover. And you will always be Nazareth Blue Eagles. Congratulations, class of 2021.
At this time, Sean Ament, Rachel Kint, Brandon Piper, Dan Ruggiero, Nathan Schmidt, Joy Smith, Alton West, and Sophia Zelasco, members of the Block of Rock, will perform Mr. Blue Sky.
Dude, I don't even know.
Morning. Today's forecast calls for blue skies. Sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud in sight. It's not raining. Everybody's in the play. And don't you know, it's a beautiful new day. Hey, running down the avenue. See how the sun shines brightly in the city, on the streets where once was pretty Mr. Blue. Sky is living here today. Hey,
Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide so long.
Hey, you with the pretty face, welcome to the human race. A celebration, Mr. Blue Sky's up there waiting, and today is the day we waited for. Oh,
Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong?
hey there, Mr. Blue, we're so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you.
Hey there, Mr. Blue,
We're so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you.
Mr. Blue Sky, Mr. Blue Sky.
Mr. Blue, you did it right. But soon comes Mr. Night, creeping over now. His hand is on your shoulder. Never mind, I'll remember you this. I'll remember you this way.
Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong?
Hey there, Mr. Blue, we're so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. Mr. Blue, you did it right. But soon comes Mr. Night, creeping over now. His hand is on your shoulder. Never mind, I'll remember you this. Congratulations, class of 2021.
We'll remember you this way.
It is my pleasure to introduce our high school principal, Mr. Alan Davis, for his message to the class of 2021.
Thank you. First, I want to congratulate our student speakers, our class officers, our top 3 in the class, all of our musicians and performers tonight. Just a truly amazing job. You always do such a wonderful job. And I did lean over to Dr. Riker during Megan's speech and I said, okay, I'm going to have to pivot. I think she stole everything I was going to say. But good evening. I want to thank everyone who is here tonight, our Board of Education, our administrators, our faculty, staff, soon-to-be graduates, guests from the class of 1970 and 71, parents, families. Isn't it great to be here on such a beautiful evening for the first graduation in Andrew S. Lay Stadium since 1998? What a night. And something tells me we're probably never going back to Stabler Arena. I also, as Dr. Riker said, I want to thank a few people very quickly here. First and foremost, I want to thank my amazing high school faculty and staff, teachers, support staff, and my team of people who really helped us bring this all together this year. Everything that the students talked about that happened this year and this night tonight is a credit to all of their work. And especially I want to also acknowledge our IT department under the direction of Mr. Mike Yulsis and our maintenance and custodial department under the direction of Mr. Rob Zamanek and Ms. Dana Hoffman. Those individuals worked tirelessly the last several weeks to help put our vision into play. If you would have seen them down here yesterday, most of us were down here yesterday for quite some time, and it was hot. But they did an amazing job to make this all happen. So I wanted to acknowledge that group of individuals. So let's give them a round of applause. If someone would have told me in August that we would be here tonight, I would have been very skeptical. Although I like to pride myself on being an optimist, I also consider myself to be a realist, and I knew at that time we were in for an extremely challenging ride this school year. Each day I did my best to stay positive, adjust on the fly when necessary, and portray a sense of calm and confidence in public. But inside, and you can ask my wife, she'll verify this, I was a constant nervous wreck. I wanted so much to be able to control everything, including the weather. For you, the class of 2021. I wanted you to have as much of a normal school year as possible. But deep down, I knew that was probably very unlikely. I wanted you to have a year that would be filled with engaging lessons and activities in the classrooms, exciting athletic events, amazing musical and theater performances, traditional and fun events such as pep rallies, homecoming, theater productions, dances, a prom, and so much more. Sadly, while we did our best to deliver on many of these, they were simply not what we had hoped that they would be. However, despite the circumstances, I do believe that we, and more importantly you, the class of 2021, indeed made the best of it. After all of the challenges, the ups and downs, the virtual, hybrid, and asynchronous learning, the ever-changing guidelines, the seemingly endless Zoom sessions, the frustrating delays, cancellations, and even postponements, here we are. While it certainly was not perfect, nor was it how you likely envisioned your senior year when you entered high school, through hard work, cooperation, flexibility, and patience, together, we made it. I guess you could say we followed the old cliche. When life gives you lemons, you make some lemonade. And I'd say that over the last 15 months, when it comes to what we have all experienced in our schools, we were certainly given a lot of lemons. A lot. Class of 2021, I've watched you as a group for the last 4 years, and I have seen what you can do both individually and collectively. The amazing academic achievements in our classrooms, the incredible talent and skill on our stages, the unbelievable accomplishments on our playing fields. Your commitment to co-curricular activities and the simply inspiring work in our school community. You have demonstrated as a group that you have what it takes to achieve high levels of consistent success, no matter what the challenge. In fact, this year, I need one more prop here. I'd say that you definitely made some lemonade. Academic achievements, lemonade. Athletic championships, individually and collectively, lemonade. A virtual musical, made lemonade. A prom, yeah, it was rainy and cold, but it was lemonade. And much more. Class of 2021, there's no doubt that every single day, right up there on 501 East Center Street, we were making lemonade, and you were making some great lemonade. And for that, I thank you. For some of you, the next step may be to continue your education at the post-secondary level, be it a trade or technical school, 2-year college, perhaps the pursuit of a 4-year degree. For others, you might have decided to take a gap year, simply enter the workforce. And some of you may have chosen to serve our country and enlist in the armed forces. In fact, I would ask at this time, for those students who have made the decision to serve our great nation, to stand up so that we can recognize you and thank you for your commitment. I know we have some students out there. Stand up. Class of 2021, no matter what path you have chosen to take after you leave here tonight, I know this, you will be successful and you will continue to make that lemonade. It might not be here, but you'll be making it. You have the drive, the determination, and the strong academic foundation thanks to all of our amazing teachers from kindergarten through 12th grade. You have completed the classwork, finished the projects, passed the tests. And tonight we celebrate and acknowledge the completion of your K-12 educational journey by presenting you with your diploma. Although this may seem like the end, it is instead a new beginning. Class of 2021, I want to thank you for 4 great years. You have amazed us, inspired us, and proven to us that the future is in more than capable hands. No matter what path you travel, you are and always will be a Nazareth Blue Eagle. Carry that with pride as you spread your wings, leave the nest tonight, and embark upon that new beginning where you will continue to face adversity and likely encounter unexpected hurdles. But if you do what you have done this year, take those obstacles, take those hurdles, take those darn lemons, and go ahead and make yourself some more lemonade. And from this day forward, when you have a lemonade, you open it up and you take a sip, I want you to remember that for every single one of you here tonight, whenever you drink a lemonade from this day forward, Alan Davis is proud of every single one of you and everything you've done here and everything you will do. So from here on out, have a lemonade and think of how proud we are of all of you. And now, the most important words of the night, other than about 400 names. It is my honor and privilege to certify to Dr. Riker and the Board of Education that the members of the class of 2021 seated here this evening have met all of the criteria set forth by the Pennsylvania Department of Education and the Nazareth Area School District and should be awarded their diplomas at this time. Congratulations.
At this time, we will begin to award the diplomas to the Nazareth Area High School class of 2021. The names of the members of the class of 2021 will be announced by Mr. Brian Wolf, a physical education teacher at the high school.
Megan Conklin. Leah Hopf. Alexandra Zuluaga. Catherine Matson. Kylie Tugend. Abigail Dames. Rachel Kint. Adria Ragazzo. Shannon Seidel. Christopher Sean Abreu Corrigan. Cole Apt. Noam Apt. Nicholas Adams. Asma Adnane. Amber Allen. Trista Allen. Sean Ament. Gabrielle Ames. Neil Amin. Austin Andres Mendoza. Isaiah Artis. Quentin Atanasio. Bryce Bachman. Richard Bachman. Megan Bailey. Muskan Bajwa. Alex Baver. Matthew Beta. Stephen S. Beck III. Kendall Beitler. Austin Bensinger. Haley Bergen. Hayden Berner. Kyle Burtz. Deb Bhattacharya. Nolan Bianco. Emma Blair. Nathan Bogar. Savannah Bogary. Thomas Bowl. Nicholas Bonventry. John Borick. Aiden Bucher. Christian Bornius. Braden Bowers. Brooklyn Bradley. Jacob Brayman. Cody Breidenbach. Sarah Bright. Jaden Bronico. Ashley Brown. Nathan Brook. Talia Brugler. Gianna Buckley. Matt Bugby. Joseph Burke. Colin Burkhart. Rebecca Burley. Amber Buskirk. Kayla Buskirk. Hannah Buss. Jaden Cabrera. John Kane III. Elena Calantoni. Joseph Capabianco. Annalise Caracappa. Evan Carrick. Eric Carlson. Sydney Carpenter. Dylan Kerrigan. Ariana Kastner. Jordan Scharf. Dante Chilmaza. Emma Chormansky. Christopher Clark. Drew Cleary. Sean Cleary. Christopher Collins. Michael Condimiti. Liam Condon.
You my message?
Hannah Cordes.
We're going all of them?
Brendan Courtney. Trent Cressman.
Right?
Bella Cuevas.
Daly.
Sean Daly.
Denise.
Arista Denise. Jackson Doherty. Peyton Davis.
Now I need some water.
Preston Davison. Holly Dearworth. Joshua DeBoer.
Good job.
Allison DeMarco. Taylor DeStefano. Ashley DeWalt. Kira Desi. Alexis Doherty.
Let's go, Alexis.
Brandon Doherty.
Uh-oh.
Olivia Dorco. Cornelius Doherty the fifth.
These are easy.
Haley Drosnock. Lucas Drosnock. Jeremy Duke. Patrick Dunn. Aiden Doopy. Natalie Eberly. Cameron Echeverria. Isaiah Eddings. Rivers Edwards. Mason Eisenhart. Portia Ellis. Joshua Aniko. Anthony Efalt Jr.
Ali Evangelista. Oh gosh.
Ali Evangelista.
Emily Fabiano.
Emily Fabiano Sapp.
Frederick Fossaponte.
Frederick Fossaponte. Marissa Faust. Dominic Felician.
What?
Andreo Farina. David Fibick. Gabriella Fidalgo. Braden Flamish. Nicholas Fletcher. Connor Force. McKenna Fortner. Parker Foster. Emily Fox. Virginia Frace. Ann Fritchman. Giovanna Fanari. Lucas Gallick. Tyler Gates. Elijah Geiger. Mason Gadusco. Lacey Ginder.
Giovanucci.
Sydney Giovanucci.
What?
Kira Gorlick. Jake Goodman. Julia Gorick. Jackson Greco. Connor Gregis. Cameron Gradanis. Madison Griffin. Connor Grotolski.
Gromowitz.
Joseph Gromlowitz.
I like these ones.
Rebecca Hahn. Robert Hahn. Emily Hallman. Ronald Harmon.
Eric Hayford.
Eric Hayford. Cadence Heights. Draven Hendershot. Joel Hendershot. Shane Henson.
Halarzik, right?
Jack Halarzik.
Julia Hockenberry.
Julia Hockenberry. McKenna Hoff. Tyler Hoffman. Ethan Hansel. Sarah Hansel.
Hauk. Hauk.
Connor Hauk. Trevor Howell. Nathan Huber.
Reagan Ingley.
Reagan Ingley.
Ingles. They were testing me back there.
Allison Ingalls. Bryn Jacoby. Maya Jaman.
I like to see you walk. You're okay, so I'll give you time.
Abigail James.
Give her time. Gives me time to get a drink.
Carson James.
Juregi.
Hennessy Juregi.
I don't even know what's going on. You see it? I don't know.
Caleb Johns. Ashton Johnson. Brenna Johnson. Logan Johnson. William Keeney.
Like these ones.
Angelina Keck. William Kirchner. McKenna Kingsley. Colton Klein. Tyra Klump. Ashley Knaus. Dakota Cuck. Garrett Cuck. Macy Cucker. Alexander Kachuba. Tyler Komashinsky. Alexa Court-Bowie. Anthony Kositz. Kylie Kostenbader. Sarah Kozerski.
Say it again. Kranitz. Carly Kranitz.
Carly Kranitz.
What? Krushka. Alyssa Krushka. Krushka.
Alyssa Krushka.
Kugacheski.
Theodore Kugacheski.
I got you, Laura.
Alora Kutzler. Alexander Kwiatek. Olivia Labar. Jocelyn Lamberton. Maria Lemira.
I'll get your name right.
Caddison Landis. Jaden Lapp. Levi LaRochelle. Taylor Latore. Seth Laudenbach. Elizabeth Laredo. Andrew Lazar. Margaret Lefebvre. Jensen Lewis. Aaliyah Liachi. Shauna Liberty.
Cassandra. Wait, not
Cassandra
Cassandra.
Lieberman. Chloe Lilick. Julie Linfelt.
What's going on up there? I can't see.
Caitlin Lockard.
Seriously, am I going too slow? What's going on there?
Hannah Long.
Low. I won't do low Gabriel. Don't worry. Gabriel Low.
Gabriel Lowe.
Cade Lutz.
Cade Lutz.
There it is.
Julia Lynch.
We're on the end. This is monumental.
Nicholas Madden.
How am I messed that up?
Catherine Mahalik. Kelsey Markulix.
Marushak.
Alex Marushak. Michael McCarty. Kayleen McDonald. Ryan McGurr. Christopher McGovern. Courtney McNally.
Should we wait a little bit? Looks like we're waiting. Oh, you can go. McNally. You want the second?
William McNally II.
What is that? McNally, right?
Ashlyn McNair. Benjamin Medina. Melissa Melnick. Zoe Mendonis. Estella Mercado.
Thanks for all those activities.
Dylan Miller. Alex Miranda. Faith Mitchell. Ewing Moore. Gabriella Moore. Kyle Morris. Travis Moyer.
Say your last name. Mukadum.
Cass Mukadum.
Mullen, right?
Matthew Mullen.
Podolsky.
Joseph Nadolski.
Win? Is it? Newen. Newen. Kyle Newen.
Kyle Newen.
Trent Nicholson.
Trent Nicholson.
Morgan Nickersher.
Morgan Nickersher.
I'm just kidding.
John Negoshian. Michael Negoshian. Stephen Negoshian. Daniel Novak. Tyler Novak.
You get my message? On school, Jay sent it yesterday.
Giacomo Novielli. Liam O'Connor. Tyler O'Hagan. Meadow Olivetti. Emily Onulak. Madeline Orth. Isha Pabathi. Leanna Paccio. Madison Palenchar. Taylor Palenchar. Jamin Palladino. Alec Paradiso. Timothy Pasquale. Mark Passaro. G. Patel. Melissa Patton.
It's all about you.
Courtney Paulson. Amanda Pearson. Carissa Peck. Jocelyn Pellegrino. Michael Peterson. Brandon Piper.
Easy one.
Maria Pilla. Benjamin Pennell. Navakio Pizarro. Grace Plumhoff. Kelly Puccio. Connor Pulliam. Dylan Peischer. Mason Rader. Charlene Rahman. Karina Ratnish. Reese Rabucchio. Molly Regan. William Reinert.
Hollis, Reinhardt, Monterosa.
Hollis Reinhardt Monterosa. Logan Reiser. Abigail Rep. John Riley Jr. Alexander Rivera. Jade Rosado. Renee Roberts. Colby Robertson. Daniel Ruggiero. Dexter Rumsey. Devlin Sagastume. Gregory Selvanchik. Thomas Samsel. Emily Sampson. Alexavier Sanders. James Sands. Manny Santamella. Braden Saylor. Gianna Schaefer.
I missed you this year.
Lainey Schenk. Brianna Scheinholz.
I'd like a little emphasis on Schmidt, please. Please.
Christian Schmidt.
I'll take the same.
Nathan Schmidt. Margaret Schneebly. Chloe Schonenberger. Carly Sipe. Joshua Sequino. Evan Seraphin. Dylan Sheik. Munit Shira. Chase Shoemaker. Ryan Simon. Christopher Simone. Maisie Singer. Leah Soteris. Owen Slim. Isabella Smith. Joy Smith. Anna Soldano. Aiden Soto. Bridget Speller. Cassidy Starner. Gavin Steyer. Joshua Stevens. Logan Straukas. Ryan Strzelecki. Rylan Stump. Evan Sawalski. Ethan Swanker. Marissa Simia. Jenna Zorro. Abigail Zalaji. Alexandra Tellerico. Cadence Taylor. Julianne Thomas. Savannah Toma. Mary Jo Torres. Alameen Tunkara. May Lee Van Heis. Jennifer Vaughn. Carlos Bellows. Anita Vera. Zachary Vincentson. Michaela Vishneski. Kyle Velocity. Ryan Vuno. Sean Ward. Alexander Warner. Ryan Waters. Andrew Wells. Alton West. Katrin Weston. Grace White. Alana Wilderotter. Landon Wilson. Alexander Witkowski. Emily Whitmer. Sophia Zelasco. Alicia Zhang.
Nadaraya, Bryant, all these?
And graduating in absentia.
Is it Nadaraya?
Nadaraya Bryant. Kevin Cardy. Yarelis Crespo. Joshua Fools. Brandon Henderson. Jody Cuck. Connor McGaughran, Darian Pataro, Justin Reeder, Aiden Russo, Justin Santos Ponce, Anthony Sigafus, Kylie Smith, Andrew Viva, Ian Zaverbalis. I present you the graduating class of 2021.
At this time, will the class of 2021 please rise? To officially confer your degree, Nazareth Area High School class of 2021, please move your tassel from the right side to the left side.
Everyone please rise for the singing of the Nazareth Area High School alma mater, followed by the class of 2021 recessional.
One, two, ready. Recessional. Ad lib. How many every time? You only do it. Here we go. One, two, ready. Hey. Cover up, Robert, keyboards.